boy Leak, back at it again. Feeling good today. Feeling refreshed. Finally got more sleep. I had to slow down with just trying to get things done. I'm not usually like a rushy person, but sometimes I can't help it. I'm a Virgo. You know, we're perfectionists. And we overthink a lot. So there's that too. But just want to check back in with you guys, see how you guys were doing. Hope you guys are doing good. I said we just jump straight into it today. The topics I bring to you guys are just topics I don't try to force it. I just kind of try to let it just come to me. I want to stay consistent and, upload, every day or every other day. I just want to upload, consistently. And I think today I got another, today I got another download, and what I wanted to share with you guys today is my experience of working at Amazon. I was really thinking about it. That job really affected me. Amazon is probably one of the worst jobs of all time. And this is speaking from my perspective. There's people who are making a living. It feeds families. There's somebody that's right now, somebody will deliver the package to your house, or, so again, this is just my perspective, based off what happened to me. Amazon was literally it's actually one of my favorite jobs, but it was one of the worst experiences ever. Send me in the middle of nowhere with my own truck, send me in the middle of nowhere with my own truck and just let me do whatever I want all day, right? That sounds so sweet, right? But there's so much behind it that people just don't know. It's insane how you're working a job where you're on your own, but they still find a way from the station to kind of ground you to their rules. It's dog, is this even fun? Man, I always wanted to get that off my chest, and the company I actually work for two different separate companies, and I seen the same thing in both, so I know I wasn't tripping. And I spent almost 2 years at one, and then I think I spent about 1 year at one. I spent a couple months at the second one. It was too obvious when I went to another location, but I'll just go ahead and start off with the pros. Being alone at that time, especially because of stuff I was going through, I really needed to be alone by myself, and that job just seemed to be perfect. I had my headphones on all day, and I just literally just listening to YouTube videos and stuff, and I just literally belted through it. I would literally walk. I would be in motion. I strategically craft. I would get to work, load my truck, and then once we got to the first stop, I was in motion. That was my thing. It hurt more to take my time. So I literally pride it. I was very I took pride in the job. As soon as we got to the first stop, I'm in, out, as fast as I can. I would be upset if I took too long or I stopped. It's because it's fun when you're actually in motion. You go to one, come back, go to one, come back, and then you start to look. You realize you're not behind on the stops, and overall it just feels pretty good to do your job. Being sent into territories in the middle of nowhere, but these places that you be going to, man, if you're not working in the city and they send you out to the rural, the suburb areas, it's it's different out there. Those people really live different. And I'm always lived near city urban areas, if that's the word to call it, metropolitan areas. So like going out to most of these places, and it's a different life out there in the suburbs, in the sticks. Or I want to say suburbs, it's just a different life outside of the city. Like the farther you get from like the main city, and it's just like, it's like you're just in like the world, and there's houses there. Like I guess like the city kind of grounds you because there's so much going on that like it kind of strips your sense away of like the world again. But yeah, when you're driving in like the middle of like nowhere, and the sun is just shining bright, and there's green grass fields, and you look at somebody's house, and there's farms and animals, and man, it just makes you want to cry sometimes. It literally affected me being out there in the middle of nowhere. I can't even explain it. That was probably the best part, was like the scenery, being alone with myself, and the feeling of just freeness. But at the same time, there are some cons. Like there's cons are really like the cons. I mean, like, it's not, all I gotta say is, the whole seatbelt thing is stupid. I never, that's one con. Like I always, if you know, like I would always put it behind my back. I got time for that. The camera's watching you, and the way that the staff monitors you to make sure you're doing what you do. And the most frustrating part is, like, I'm sure I'm not the only one that can I'm sure I'm not the only one that thinks this, but it's so fucking stupid how like the people that do the delivery drivers, they all seem much more like smarter and intelligent than the people that run the actual company, or like the people that are higher than you. Like it's insane how like I guess maybe that's usually like that at most jobs, where like the upper don't seem as like right in the head, and that is the fucking point, man. That shit is so deep. Like the way they monitor you from the station is actually insane. Or like the way that they kind of like, it makes sense though, right? You're the driver, this is the dispatcher, this is this person, and we're all a team, right? We're all one big team. But it's not like that in reality. It's a power struggle. It's like, it's a really sick power dynamic. And the moment you step into that shoes of a driver, whether or not you're smarter or just intelligent as your other team members in other positions, they will always look down on you. And like, like it's like, I go to the gym. I would go to the gym every day. My legs would be so in pain that like I not in pain, but like my legs would be just so intensely, like have so much intense feelings that like I would purposely go to the gym after work so I could, stimulate that feeling again. And also like I just didn't want it to go away. I want to go to the gym and then go to sleep and then wake up with that same like ready to go motion. And I was really in shape, man. I'm in shape now, but I'm just saying, I'm still work out and do it, but at that time, like, I was really, like, on it, and, like, I could sense, like, the energy shifts at work. You can just tell, like, people's, like, people hate, and then, on top of that, too, that job, a lot of people come there, and a lot of people have, I don't give attitude, a lot of people smoke and drink and look worn out, and, just coming for the check, and, like, imagine you're just going there and like you think you're going there like, hi, I'm going. I can't wait to go to work so I can deliver these man, they hate that shit, man. Like, and I hated being told what to do by like weed heads that sit at a desk and monitor like, oh, you did this, or it's like, man, what the hell, man? This is literally like some type of witchcraft, sorcery, torture. Like, I don't know how nobody's talking about this. I've yet to see people. Maybe I haven't searched on YouTube enough, because I don't know exactly what to search for to get this type of output that because this is my experience. Like, they undervalue you, and they overwork you. All the DSPs do. I worked overtime like every day for my manager or my boss, and like at first it started off with like 1 day a week, and then it went to like 2 days, and then 3 days, and then there was times where I worked every day, and I was really, really ignorant. I was really, really, really thinking like, wow, like I'm a team player. I'm helping the team. You know, I don't mind. Like, this is where I work. Like, I didn't work overtime out of like fear of just like, hey, he can't. Then I started to realize like, why am I always the one being picked? And he basically sparked an awakening within me, because like I was, truth to be told, like he could have took advantage of me every week. Like, my ignorance. He could have at least worked me at least 2 days every week, and I never would have known. But it was when, like, they started to, and create like it just started to become normal. Like, I would be done with my route, and it used to go from like, I used to kind of know they were gonna ask me to stay overtime, because they would do like let me check and see who's out. But I knew they were just trying to ease their way into it. But it just became so blunt. Like, I would just call and be like, "Yo, I'm finished my route," and they're like, "All right, sit tight. We got another bag for you." And it just became like, wait, like, damn, am I really that nice? Like, am I like that nice? Am I so cool? Like, I mean, I know I look good and I work out, and I know they can see that, and I genuinely did feel like I was like a standout on like the team. I don't think anybody was really taking it seriously the way I was. And I think like, yeah, I just became like a workhorse. And I feel so embarrassing to say that, so vulnerable, because I was like taken advantage of, like my energy. Like, you literally think you're like working for someone, like your intention of overworking yourself is like for the benefit of like the team, and really it's just like, I'm just serving them some type of benefit where they're reaping off of me. Who knows, like, the amount of extra money I did or money I made them. I never know. But, yeah, that's crazy, because I was about to list, like, cons, and then it just kind of, like, I went off in a deep end. It's not really even cons at this point. It's just, this is just how the job is. There is, like I said, the positives, like the positives is when, when you're actually out there and they're not bothering you, you're just there. You have your headphones and that freedomness of just walking around. But, other than that, like, yeah, the job is insane. The people are insane. No one there really cares. It's such a revolving door job. You'll get used and abused and then sent on your way. It's mind-blowing to me that this is how a billionaire is living. This is how Jeff Bezos lives. I mean, I'm not saying like I don't know how Tesla runs their industry, or how Microsoft or Bill Gates, how he run, but like, when you really think about it, I worked for Jeff Bezos. He works you. Like, he created jobs. Yes, he did. And, it's something that, like, I believe anybody can get. Like, it's easy to get in. They'll hire you pretty much like on the spot. Like, seriously, they would. But it's such a revolving door job to me. Like, it's just, the people are the environment is so treacherous. It's so bad. It's really is bad. Like, and they think that, like, honestly, just because the light blue colors are like hovering around, it really doesn't lighten the mood. It kind of gives like a sinister vibe, because it's like evil people walking around in like calm colors. Like, no one's really like actually, I don't think I've ever seen someone who was really happy to do their job, like who was really happy in their position. It just seemed like a bunch of people coming to work, and like, I'm not saying like it has to always be like that, and it's just strange. It's a strange feeling there, and I feel like nobody talks about it. Everybody pretends like they don't. I don't know. I haven't seen nobody go into depth about it the way that I did. But that job is very sinister. It literally sucks you up and spits you out. And the only reason why that job still stands tall is because the pay rate is at a certain pay rate where, like, it's good enough for you to want to like stay, like, especially when you're trying to get like on your feet or something. But it's like, it's so horrible for your health, man. Like, I gave them like 2 years, and it's funny, I even told them, like, I remember when I remember one day when I finally rebelled, like after so many days, and I had roommates at the time, and my roommates would even tell me, they told me that my job was working me, and they told me that, like, yeah, like that's messed up, and it just went in the ear out the other. I just thought, like, because they wanted to hang out with me that night, they were telling me to, like, yo, just come home, and I'm like, yeah, my boss wants me to work this, and I kind of told them, kind of like what I told you guys, and they saw it, but I didn't see it. But I remember something that really threw me off was, like, after, I'm telling you, after days and days and days and days, like every day I'm like on call to do like extra shit, overtime work, extra, pick up extra 2 bags or whatever. And I remember one time I didn't answer the phone, and when I came back, when I didn't answer the phone, I came straight back to the station, and like they literally made a big deal of it. They were like, "Yeah, you didn't call." I was like, "Motherfucker, like, are you serious? I will slap you in the face, dog. I will blow this whole building up. Like, what do you mean, like, like?" It's so crazy how they acted as if like I didn't answer the phone, as if like I haven't been working so long, and like, that really, it's demonic, man. And then on top of that, the people who are telling me this, I vibrate way higher than them. So I'm looking down on like weak ass, like little demon punks trying to tell me like I'm, like it's like gaslighting me. And like, I remember when I finally had, I quit, I called them and told them I wanted to quit. And they were upset. They like begged me to stay. And then the worst part about it was, not only did they beg me to stay, they offered me 2 weeks off. I was like, oh my gosh, like I must be like, they must think I'm that stupid. Like I don't know what type of benefit I was to them, but when I called and said I quit, they really begged me to stay. And like, I've never had that ever happen, ever. I don't think I've ever had that happen. Well, I've had that happen with a girl like before, but like I don't think I've ever had no one ever begged me to stay, like ever at all. Just like the principle of like begging. So like the way they begged, like she said she fought for me to stay. It made me pull back more, because it's like, no, like, if I'm gonna suffer all those days of like you guys using me, then like you're gonna suffer this soul tie, this something being broken quickly. I know it hurts them, the attachment, but one of my superpowers is detachment. So like I knew that like if I left right away, they wouldn't be able to handle it. I can handle detachment, because like that's literally like how I lived my whole life. So like I can literally be here for you and love you every day, and then I'll just walk away. And I'm not even saying that just to sound cool. That's literally like one of my gifts. Um, um, I don't over abuse it and stuff. It's just I walk life with like the detachment principle. Like, yeah. Um, so like, yeah, when I told them I wanted to leave, and they ended up giving me, she offered me 2 weeks off, and she didn't say like, oh, we'll give you pay or nothing. She was just like, do you want a break? We can give you. So I'm like, wow. So I get worked for so long, and then like my I guess when they see my frustrations, they're like, whoa, well, you can take some time off if you want with no pay. It's like, yay, wow. It's like, man, the disrespect, like it was almost like it was a test from the universe. Like it was like, I felt like if I took that 2 weeks off and man, I couldn't disrespect myself anymore. Because this time I was actually aware of it. And yeah, I ended up leaving. And then I went to another DSP, and like, the energy is just off. It felt like it was like one big social club. It didn't seem like it was actually about the job. It seemed like it was just like literally was like high school. Everybody's in the room chatting, talking, sitting on in the manager's office, like buddy. Imagine you're coming in being all serious to work, and nobody else is actually like in that like demeanor. Like, I'm not saying like serious, like you got to come in and like, I'm just saying like you come in with like, I'm ready to work. Like, no, that man, I don't understand how nobody talks about this, man. Like, those aren't even like jobs. They're like hangout spots. They're like Like, you know how you could turn like they're just like hangout spots. Like, it's like one big like social club, and like it's something very off about these like DSP groups. Very something off. There's no like heart in none of them. It's literally just one person trying to manage a group of people, thinking they're the boss, and you know, when you know, understand like age is just a number, and we're all spirits and stuff. This whole like I'm over you corporate, it's so stupid. It's like, you know, we're supposed to be a team. Like, I'm supposed to be the driver. You're supposed to be the dispatcher. You're supposed to be the boss. And like, yeah, I look up to my boss. Yes, sir. No, sir. What should I do? But it's like, you're the boss. Like, that's your, that's your, that's what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to run the team, but you're not like, as much as like we needed you, you need us. Like, it becomes a family, a joint team. We're all need each other. But for some reason, like, the power dynamic in these jobs are absolutely atrocious, and it's absolutely insane, and I could never ever go. You couldn't pay me to go back. I'd rather sleep outside every day and stand on the corner with a homeless sign and rack up 20 cents a day before I ever go back to work for them. I would never ever work for them ever again. I would never even recommend it. I would never tell somebody to do it. Even if they hired on the day in one spot, pay $30 an hour, I would never do it. I would never do it. Never, ever. That's like telling somebody to jump into like a lake full of sharks and saying like they don't bite. Don't worry. Yeah. I felt like I literally just wanted to, I feel like maybe, I don't know if I'm getting more comfortable or something. I just really wanted to express like how I felt on a real topic, and I feel like I there's something, I know I missed something that adds to there's so much more I could say about this job, like so much more. There's so many points, but you know, we're going on 20, about like 20 minutes in video. There's so much more. Oh my goodness, man. Oh my goodness, there is so much, but I just kind of wanted to like throw that out there, that you know, it's all about protecting your energy. And at the end of the day, you know, if it's something you feel like you have to do, get some money or something, hey, if anything, man, try to get at least one, maybe two checks and dip. Like, you know, I'm telling you, after that first check, because you blinded when you waiting for the money. I'm telling you, whatever you trying to do in your life, I'm telling you, blinded when you getting that. Everybody's blinded that first month they start. You don't really get to even look, because you're, you know, trying to get that cash. And then I'm telling you, once that first check come, and now you know you getting money, and now you actually have to go to work now, and you have to go to work. Not me. Couldn't be me. So yeah, that's my story today. Is I got overworked, overran, and pretty much like, but the good thing about this is what I want to close that out on is saying the positive message from all of this is that, you know, it reawakened my respect for myself. You know, I realized like, in letting myself get disrespected, I've learned that I should be respected, and nobody should let someone take advantage of them. And the only reason I give myself grace is because I was a little ignorant. It wasn't like I was like truly like doing it. I truly was a little like ignorant to it, even if I subconsciously like felt something was off. So I'll give myself a little grace. But like, if I'm thinking like how I think now, no way somebody could work me like that. No way. No way. But yeah, the positive message is that I've awakened through the fire of being beaten. I took my life back, and that was me when I quit. I didn't quit just because I felt like it. I quit as a me standing up for myself. There was no way I could stay. It clashes against my spiritual, you know, my morals. So, you know, that's what I wanted to, even though I spoke a lot of negativity about the job experience, I believe that this one positive thing, this one positive message overshadows all the negativity, which is never let anybody take advantage of you. You just can't. You know, you can offer yourself up, you know, to a career or a job or whatever you word it. You can offer yourself on a plate to somebody, and then, like, you know, they'll eat the plate and lick it clean. Like, you know, I don't even know if that made any sense, but I was just trying to sound like make some cool like analogy. But the whole point of this whole video is about, like, you know, reclaiming your power. You know, if you ever feel like you're down or you're lost or you might be taken advantage of, there's always any moment now. And the moment is you. Like, you trust and believe you can walk away from anything if you really wanted to. I know, because I've done it, and I don't even want to get into that, because there's a lot of other, and we're going to get into like my life experiences and stuff, and I'm going to share some of those with you guys. Yeah, there's a lot of those I reclaimed my power moments, but I'd say this is like my first, like, I reclaimed my power video. First, yeah, I reclaimed my part. That job was definitely an awakening. And it was, the ironic part is, it was an awakening through getting abused. I was abused into awakening and standing up for myself. It's almost like, I don't think, maybe if he slowed down the momentum on how he worked me, he could have like controlled it. But, you know, they let the power get. That's how I would think if I was in their shoes. If I'm going to work somebody, you're going to, you know, you got to, if you're going to work somebody, you know, as the boss, you should like level it out. Like, but, you know, power struggle, power dynamic, power struggle. And that says a lot more about him with me. How can I work for somebody that I can see that they're not right in their heart? Like, it just doesn't make any sense. And, you know, I'm not saying like you got to be perfect. And, oh, when I go into a place, like, the person should be this smart, and it's just, no, it's not even like that. I'm not trying to make it like I'm so intelligent and they're not. And no, it's just like, I choose to not work for somebody who is just straight up morally corrupt. It has to literally match. And that's why I make, and that's why that's why I don't work for them no more. That was like the last job I quit over like last year. I felt so good when I left. It didn't feel like I left a job. I felt like on like some spiritual warfare type of energy. Like I passed like some sort of test to go to like the next level of life. But yeah, that's pretty much what I wanted to end this message on, is that if you're ever feeling stuck, or if you're ever feeling like you're being taken advantage of too much, it's never too late to reclaim your power. Don't be scared to walk away. It's the energy that they can't, no one can stop you from anything. And I also, when I take this advice for myself. I'm probably gonna watch this video back. I'm the type of person to watch this video back as if like a stranger's talking. I'll be like, God damn, that guy said some real but reclaim your power, walk away if you have to, and stand your ground. Always stand your ground. Even if the price to pay is costly. Being with that said, I'm going to see you guys in the next video. I'm out.